More than 170,000 people a year are helped by Shelter to fight for their rights, get back on their feet and find and keep a home. We also tackle the root causes of bad housing by campaigning for new laws, policies and solutions. Shelter Cornwall was established in 1996 as a housing advice centre. In recent years, through multi-agency and European funding, it has also developed the successful CMaap, multi-agency working in Cornwall project. Shelter offers a unique housing advice and support service to the residents and agencies throughout Cornwall. We work with individuals who face multiple or complex barriers to sustaining housing and employment. By focusing on clients identified as being homeless or at risk of losing their homes, Shelter reduces the barriers to employment for clients within the community. Assisting clients into sustainable accommodation is often the first stage of that process. Without accommodation as a basis for stability, clients cannot move towards the longer-term goals of training and progression into the labour market.
Shelter came out, it was very helpful. It talked about my needs and what support I might need to get back to normality, some sort of stable life. I was able to get accommodation sorted with help from Shelter. And now things are looking rosy and employment and a structured lifestyle is achievable.
From coming out of prison, my life was unsettled. Alcohol was responsible for all the problems I've had with accommodation and my criminal record. So when I went into the tent, I was drinking vodka, you know. But I've gone to fetch one bottle of vodka one morning, I will take one mouthful of it and I was extremely ill. And then I started to realise that I needed to move on from the tent and start getting into, and that's when I started to find out where to go to get help and assistance with accommodation. And I ended up on Shelter's doorstep. So I wanted to maintain my sobriety again. I wanted to stay sober again and try and get my life back on track. Because it had gone off on another tangent again and it's not the right way to go.
No.
If I were just to ask something about the staff at Shelter, what do you think about them?
Well, I think I just said it. They're charming, they're really nice, friendly and helpful people. And the communication is very impressive. You can talk about it and negotiate the way you want.
And just one more question. If it wasn't for Shelter, where do you think you would be now?
There's a very good possibility of being in prison again. I'd probably ended up staying homeless, as I've said. I probably would have ended up going back to prison again.
So it's made a really big difference.
It made a tremendous difference to my life. And it's actually helped to give me some respect back and all. It's opened a lot of doors up for me because it can be a more stable way of life. I hope, I'm actually saying that, I'm going home.
PCDT. We cover Penwith, helping people at all stages before their employment towards finding their jobs and getting into work. We have a very good relationship with Shelter, who help people with housing problems and other issues related to housing. And sometimes we get homeless people, so it's very useful to have Shelter's help to get them housed. And having removed those barriers, we can concentrate then on getting them into good employment.
What has been your experience of working with Shelter?
Working with Shelter has been, I think, a positive experience for clients, the service and all the staff involved. We've had a professional and rapid response, and it's enabled more successes for clients than would have otherwise occurred, I believe.
Okay. And what would you say the benefit is of the multi-agency panels?
I think fundamentally it brings people to our door and to the application process that may never have been able to get there alone, and it also if they are housed, gives a much better opportunity for success. The fact that all relevant agencies are around the table from the beginning, and it saves a struggle afterwards, because once people are housed, agencies are somewhat more reluctant necessarily to get involved, so having them in there at the outset is very positive for the client and the service.
Hello, my name is Susan and I work for Lizard Pathways. We help to support people in the west of Cornwall back into employment. Many of our clients have housing problems, but because of the relationship that we have with Shelter's CMaap team, they can quickly and effectively receive the help and support that they need. Some of these issues can vary from people who are homeless to those with general housing needs. We've always found that Shelter is very proactive in providing housing solutions for our clients.
The aim of multi-agency working is to remove barriers. The success of CMaap is achieving this through establishing effective relationships with their partners.